Huh. Twitch isn't working.
Arts and crafts like felt, pipe cleaners.
Oh, it shows that I'm on though. Interesting. All right. Anyway, yo, it's your boy Yoshi Kid Neo, and we are back in the world of Boridil, the Ruination of Boridil. We had a 2-week hiatus because some of the players were unable to make it last week, so we're back to our regularly scheduled time. In the absence of the session, though, I did do something really cool. Let me see if I can bring it up. Oh, once landing page. Yeah, that's not good. For some reason, even though we're on the landing page, it would seem page foundry. Oh well, my scene's all jacked up. That's okay. While I'm fixing it, I'll be able to talk to these guys about recap and stuff like that.
And I'm gonna have I gotta get all the artwork together. It's gonna be like a lot of like slideshow artwork, and I'm planning on animating like like the models in a way of them, like whoever's talking, they just pop up.
Sweet.
Yeah, that should be tight, dude.
So this is a test for this one, and then when I get that one done, I'm moving on to party stuff.
Ooh.
That'd be great. How I would do that, I don't know. Would I like do a Lightbringer rendition of how you guys would sound, or would I actually involve you guys in playing your own voices?
Yes, that is interesting in thought process.
I feel like he'd want to just do a poor imitation of how you guys would sound. I feel like that's what he'd do.
That would be funny.
Okay. Well, whatever reason my stream scene is all jacked up. Oh well. We'll go ahead and begin with some recap though. Who wants to do the recap while I try to fix my shit?
Alright. I don't really remember much of it. Oh! I don't know if I remember.
Long ago, in a place far, far away.
The city of Boridil.
Yes.
We'll turn this down a little bit. Just a little loud. I guess I could do I could do some shit. All right. So last time we left off, the party were how we would say in the shits. So basically, it went to a tomb associated with Sigurius, a great demon lord. They end up, a few of them, except for Toktir, end up pledging allegiance to him. And then, it went downhill from there. They went outside and, what's his name? What's the dragon's name?
Durgum?
Not Durgum. Come on, Clash.
Nenderog.
Oh.
Nenderog? Yes, Nenderog got a whiff of that smelly smell. That smells smelly. Of Sigurius' stench. On all of the party. Even the ones that haven't pledged their allegiance to him. After getting the sapphire that was requested from the party, he then went like, oh, Yes, my power! I got it back! And then proceeded to look at Trina like, oh, well, you know what? This is perfect. You pledged your allegiance to him? Oh man, I'm gonna have your beloved. I'm gonna have you fight your beloved in the future. This is gonna be great. And then we proceeded to make our way, well, after a very extreme ass whooping that Durgam took from Nindorog, we then proceeded to go to a far off land up north that is cold and snowy, just what Durgam needs for all those vicious wounds that he sustained from fighting Nindorog, or would you call that fighting? I'll take it as him just sitting there, taking an ass kicking and pleading for him to stop. Pussy. But I digress. We get to this icy land, a land that is familiar to Turktir, with plans to commit to a grudge and make some moves in the close enough village of his people. Of course, things were getting ready to happen. There were plans to stay around there for a few days. So Lightbringer and Trina decided to stay behind. However, they didn't leave for the trip just yet. As they were getting ready to rest, all of a sudden, hell broke loose. There were hunters that decided to attack Durgam in his very fragile state. A bunch of Goliaths, kin to Lightbringer, ignoring the request and going by orders of one called the Ice Queen. Such a bloody battle. Fatal casualties that happened to the party. First, Lightbringer fell. Then, Toktir fell. But upon his dying breath, while Durgam tried to take the rest of the party and escape, he used the fabled card that he was once drawn from the Wicked Witch of the West. He whispered, he wishes that we need to go back to when we first started talking to Lid, or before we talked to Lid. And in one fell swoop, the deaths were retconned by fate itself. And thus the party was back in the beginning of the tomb. And once where Lid introduced himself. Upon catching up with Lid and explaining to him that his feeling of deja vu isn't just a feeling. It's an actual thing. He's met them before. He then garnered the trust and, hey, we talked before, then might as well work together to avoid certain events. I'll come with you guys instead of doing my research because you guys have already explained to me that what's inside these tombs. Then they dispersed of the giant bleach cubes and proceeded to go through puzzle stuff like before, but this time they have knowledge of everything and know what to avoid. They opened the golden door, and there sat Abel, who was under the control of Sigorius, one of his lackeys. But this time, with Lid being able to cease his control and quote-unquote talk him out of fighting and resisting. Upon doing all that, puzzles, getting great, amazing loot, the party decided to meet back up with Durgam up top, forging connections with Lid for future advancements, and decided to go back to where this whole journey first started. Grassy plains, near the Durian Empire. But you know what? It's not all for naught. There were Goblin Fellow. Class, what is his name again?
Breeze.
Yes. A familiar face, not to most of the party, but to Trina, who has met him before. They meet up with him. He is leading a small mining crew of dwarves, who then also led the party to a familiar face. Someone also familiar. The beginner, the creator of this journey. Saxon Carlile. What will happen next for the party? Find out next time, or this time, on the Ruination of Boridil. Okay.
That was wonderful, Kevin.
All right, long-winded.
Long-winded is fine because I've almost fixed my issue. I think. How's your?
Almost.
Well,
Whacking.
Almost.
Hello,
boys.
Forget to do your paperwork.
Hey, Harvey.
But no,
Ooh.
Kevin, is your stream? What source do you use? Do you use window capture or display capture?
Screen capture.
Oh, so you just capture the entire screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I think me adding what I did, somehow has
capture
messed
window.
up. You,
I
it's
do window capture. Yeah.
Huh. I don't know why my window capture doesn't work. Very strange indeed.
Oh yeah, I need to put this thing on while we're on stream or while we're doing this sesh. Let me do this thing that I meant to do before we started, but
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
time.
Oh, I gotta bring the chat back. Anyway, so yes, as Kevin has described, last time you guys were able to teleport back in time thanks to your good pal Tolktir and his get out of jail free card. Because of the get out of jail free card, most people maybe have some type of deja vu about the past couple days. And based on what you saw with Lid, you can remind them and they will remember themselves. I don't remember if Tolktir had mentioned anything, but he was contacted by Lilith Hart to potentially partner up since you guys had used the cards so soon. She figured maybe you guys need some help in the world, which I believe he did bring up to you guys her request, or I guess not really a request, but an offer. And then, yeah, other than that, you guys popped into a forest. You met Vraz again, and he brought you to Saxon Carlile. In his outside of his cottage. It will bring us to here. So as you guys approach, Vraz points out where points in the direction of the cottage and goes, "All right, guys, that's where you're trying to go. Saxon should be in there somewhere, man. You guys have a good one. We gotta go deliver the supplies, man." And then you guys all hop out, and as you're waving goodbye to Vraz, you are greeted by none other than it is so good to see all your faces, especially yours, Lady Trina. As Saxon comes up and he hands you a bouquet of really beautiful roses. Freshly picked, I should say. I've been cultivating them in my garden. After I realized that you all would be here, I simply had to come to my forest estate. And he turns around and scratches his head. I do apologize about the vines. I guess my gardener disappeared. I don't know. Do I even have a gardener? It's been kind of a fog these past few hours. I don't know if you all have felt strange as well, but I knew you were coming, and I have prepared a small token of appreciation for you all. Even though there are a few faces that I do not... Actually, there's only one face I don't recognize. You, madam, who are you? As he comes up to Babushka.
Hello? Okay, sorry.
You're good.
Hello, I'm Babushka.
Babushka?
Mm-hmm.
Babushka.
Yeah. It is nice to meeting you.
Nice to meeting me. Ah. Your dialect, it is, Orcish, is it not?
Sure.
Ha! I know an orc when I see them.
Oh? She smells her armpit.
I did not actually, well, if you want something for that, I have a nice tonic that you could wipe on there. Makes you smell nice and fresh. I've got lavender and citrus.
Lavender?
Correct. You're supposed to be a calming agent as well. But regardless, you're here. Come, let me show you to your quarters. I'm assuming you'll stay for a few days, if not a few weeks.
Looks at the party?
I don't know if we'll be here for weeks, but a couple days rest would be lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I would assume we'll be here for a while.
Excellent. Well, right this way. And as you guys start to make your way towards the cottage, it is overgrown. Many of the sort of like garden statues are overrun with various weeds. The actual garden area, the bushes are massive. Flowers and fruits have fallen to the ground and started to wilt. The grass has weeds very abundant throughout. And Carlile, oh gosh, this is really embarrassing for me. And he starts to sort of like loosen his collar a little bit. Please don't pay too much mind to the outside. The inside is just a bit dusty, but it's in perfect order, I assure you.
Are you sure this is your cottage, Saxon?
Why, yes, of course it is. It's been in my family for generations.
Saxon, what is up with this, man? Usually you're all squeaky clean. What happened?
Well, I don't come to the cottage very often because the mine runs itself. I used to spend the summers up here, but I grew bored of the country life. I like the city, you know what I mean?
Real that.
Not to mention the fact that there's only really dwarves and goblins about, and their company is entertaining for a while, but afterwards it gets, rather boring. It's always the same thing. Drink heavily, get in a fist fight, forget anything ever happened, go back to work the next day. I like to remember.
Sounds like a relatively reasonable life, you ask me.
Perhaps, but not for me.
I agree.
Anyway.
Can I prestidigitate and clean, like, the rooms
Sure, once you guys
as
get
we're
in there.
walking through? Yeah.
Hey, Saxon, where are my flowers at, man?
Oh, I was unaware that you rolled that way, Lightbringer.
I
Road?
pluck out one of the roses and I give it to Lightbringer.
Ah,
Yeah.
see, there it is. I knew Trina would be a softie for you.
No, it's not the same, but I'll take it. Thank you. Their appreciation would be appreciated. As he puts the rose, like snips off a piece of the stem and like puts the rose in his ear.
Interesting. Yes, anyway. Your rooms are right this way.
Ooh.
And he opens up the door, and just as he had claimed, it is dusty. But everything's pretty much in order. There's decorations all about the wall. There's furniture with a thin layer of dust on it. But it looks like a really nice place to be.
Well, looks like a really nice place to be.
Ah, yes, thank you. Now, I have rooms all about the cottage. Does anyone prefer ground level, or upstairs?
I'm fine with upstairs.
Ah,
Ground
right
level.
where I live, yes.
Actually,
I could go upstairs too, Trina. If you're...
cool. Yes, please.
Alright.
Welcome, Jeffrey.
Oh,
That was a fast
Hi.
40 minutes, dude.
Jefferson!
how fast did I go?
Did you go the speed limit, sir?
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Yeah, you know,
That,
speed limit and then some.
You're like at minimum.
That man had his hand on the clutch.
Yeah, boy.
No, I can't miss out on any D&D. Son.
There was traffic too. I was stopping for like 5 or 10. So people were just like turning off up, like they were getting the merge lanes, but then they'd like try to get off the shoulder on the merge lane. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Dear.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Yeah.
But welcome. So far, you haven't really missed anything. We're just going over I guess the arrangements of now that you're here in the forest near
Oh,
the Thurian Empire. But anyway,
does Trina have a new scimitar?
does she have a
No.
what?
Nothing. No. Okay.
No, Carlile did give her a bouquet of flowers specifically.
Oh.
Yeah, and now he's
It's so sweet.
putting her in the room that's next to his upstairs.
And Lightbringer's like,
Lightbringer can have this room.
Ah,
Yeah,
but this
we're gonna
one has a connected door, you see. Makes it easier to
Okay.
access other portions of the cottage. Especially
yeah.
the shared bathroom, which has a hot tub in it.
ooh, I love hot tubs.
Yeah,
Wow.
Lightbringer loves hot tubs.
Hey, bunk buddy. I'll put my hand on his shoulder. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, so there's 2 beds in this room?
There can be.
Oh, hey, Trina, you try to bunk?
I don't mind. I'm so confused. What's
Ooh.
happening?
Well, how about we just share a room, just so we won't be alone. And we can't have any undesirables, as I look Saxon up and down, any undesirables disturbing any of our sleep on our long journey. How's that sound?
Oh, I guarantee the dwarves and goblins will not be bothering us. They are not allowed on the estate.
And why is that?
Because they're dirty, of course. They are workers.
But-
I own the mine. They work for me. They do not live with me. They are not my friends.
I mean,
Oh.
I get that to a point.
There are occasions, very small occasions, where I do invite them to the estate, but only outside. I don't know if you've
The
met
inside
goblins.
was dirty.
The inside was dusty, dear.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Regardless, though, it's best to separate your personal life from your work life. And if they were all to become buddy-buddy with me, well, it would be hard to get them to do anything that I need them to do.
Buddy.
Yes,
Anyway,
fair enough.
yes, we'll get you another bunk, probably from one of the other rooms. We can put it in here, and then we can all share the top floor together. The rest of you, I'll show you your quarters downstairs. And as
I
you guys
follow.
head downstairs, let's see. I have 2 rooms on this side, 1 room at the end of the hall, and then I have a smaller room right here. And he opens it up, and it's just a very tiny, like, all that fits in there is a side table and a bed. He scratches his head. I don't really remember what this was for. Perhaps maybe a wizard boy? I'm
What?
just kidding. He doesn't say that. No Harry Potter references here.
Okay.
Mr. Potter. Avalakadabra.
Anyway, the water closet is right here. Feel free to take a bath. If you need hot water, you can turn this little dial right here, and it will ignite a flame underneath the tub. But it won't get hot enough to boil you. I've tested it. It's very nifty.
Oh.
There's no dragon under your house, is there?
No.
Hmm.
Especially not in a forest. I don't believe reds like the forest. Greens, yes. Blacks, perhaps.
How do you keep the water hot then?
I believe it's called geological thermals or something like that. The dwarves have a name for it. Talk to you. Geothermal
Geothermals?
energy? Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
Yeah, vents
Ingenious.
underground. They
Yes.
naturally
Yes.
occurring.
The dwarves, when they first started mining, they ended up finding some of these fissures. So my family, being cunning as they are, built their cottage in such a way that we would be able to exploit these fissures and heat up our tubs without having to start our own fires. It's actually wonderful. I'll show you. And he goes down underneath the tub, and he cranks a dial, and you watch as this sort of tiny hole underneath the tub starts to open up, and you can feel this sort of like wave of heat hit you, much like when you first open the door to a sauna. And he's like, "Oh God, that first wave is a little much, but once it starts to condense and actually just wrap around the tub, you'll see." And the water that's in there, you can see it starts to heat up to where there's this steam that begins to pick up off of the surface of the water. And he puts his finger in it, and he's like, and there it is, perfectly comfortable.
Heating without using magic. That's fascinating.
Yes, geothermals. Dwarves are quite the cunning creatures, I tell you. They taught my family everything we know about geothermal technology, which is that if you put a cottage right on top of it, you can heat your water. And that's really the extent. I don't know how exactly it works.
Yeah, we have very large underground mining operations and whatnot that are all run off of pumps and geothermal. It's very useful. It's just kind of tricky to get started. Not many people know about it.
They'll just use magic.
Yeah, but when a society generally doesn't use magic, you gotta get creative, you know?
True, I guess. It is quite creative.
Yeah,
Well.
I wouldn't know. Kind of, my magic's kind of fabricated.
Speaking of
And
fabrication.
you heat up, don't you, Lightbringer?
Oh.
Yeah, what? Repeat that? What'd you say?
You heat up, don't you? You have
Oh,
fire magic?
oh yeah. That accompanied with my natural heating because of, being a fire Goliath and all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, don't do good in the cold, but it's fine. It's okay.
It's okay. We won't go back to the cold anytime soon.
And you see Lightbringer's like expression just dampen immediately, like, remembering what happened in the other timeline.
Okay.
What has good old Saxon said to us so far?
Nothing.
Really nothing
He's
in
just
terms of,
Showed us the house.
So,
So what have you been up to, Saxon, since the
yeah.
last time I saw you?
Yes. I was hoping we'd get to talk, conversing about each other and our latest exploits. But before we get into all of that, I'm sure you all are hungry. Allow me to show you to the kitchen, which you are free reign, of course. Come and graze as you please throughout the days of your rest. And then we will meet in the family room, where there are plenty of comfy cushions to sit. And he starts to lead you guys back into the sort of foyer and deeper into the cottage, where there's an expansive kitchen, many different appliances that you've probably not seen before. Most of them look to be unstable, if anything. Very what's it called? Very much in the alpha phases of being used. But there is a cupboard that's full of fresh fruits, vegetables, different snacks, like nuts and things like that. There's also a pretty much a fridge with a huge ice block in the bottom of it that keeps things cool, such as milk and freshly squeezed juice from the various fruits in the kitchen. Yes, as I said, make yourself comfortable, and if you look in that cupboard, you will find the best distilled whiskey on this side of the mountains. Drink up, have a good time. It's time to cut loose. And I'll meet you back into the family room. You can't miss it, it's to the right. Or to the left as you walk out of this room. And he walks out and somewhat hurriedly as he goes in there, and you can see flashing lights poofing and poofing from that room.
I'm gonna peek in that room.
You see him prestidigitation.
Oh, okay. He's cleaning the house. Gotcha.
Hey, so, whiskey, anyone?
I will enjoy some of the fruits and nuts for now.
Yeah, I'll start with the same, and then I'll move on to the whiskey.
Oh, suit yourself.
I've had his whiskey before. It's actually pretty decent.
Do you want any of these?
I've heard about it, but I've never experienced it.
Is there a nut bowl, Brady?
Oh boy, is there.
There's a
I took
nut
a
bowl.
handful of nuts. And I'm like, you mean D's? I look at Jim. Someone acknowledges.
Jim scampers over. He's like, yes, and then starts eating the nuts.
Lightbringer grabs a cup and pours in a little small shot, and smells it. Very rich scent. Smells pretty good. Looking forward to having a brief taste. And takes a sip of it.
It is delicious.
He's being extremely extra with it. He's suckling his lips, sucking teeth. That's
So
very
Brady,
nice. Very oaky taste.
Hello.
if you had to give a proof to this whiskey, what would you say it's at?
Let's say that it's at 35, 40 proof, somewhere around there.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a sipping whiskey.
Mm.
So I go, I don't know, is it shots or is it a glass? Like how like what is this?
He's got
Glasses?
glasses.
I take like 3 glasses and I go sit down.
Mm. And I see Lightbringer hold up, like trying to be fancy, like he has like his thumb and his index finger on his left hand, like raising it. I say, there's such a brilliant taste to this whiskey. I wonder how long he's been creating this great form of whiskey.
Suddenly you're all prim and proper.
Oh, Trina, how come you've never told me about Lord Saxon Carlile's whiskey?
She like shrugs. My old friends and I, we drank it before we went to Dinosaur Island, so.
Well, I must say this is by far the best whiskey I've ever had.
Well, thank you for that. It's been distilled in my family for farther than I can remember. Definitely before I was born.
Indeed,
And it's been a well-kept secret for just as long. Everyone else tries to copy our recipe, and it just simply cannot be done. It may not get you drunk as fast as Dwarven Ale, but the taste definitely amplifies the fact that you want to consume more of it. Would you agree, Lightbringer?
I say, I must agree with that logic.
A man of dignity.
I'm a fan of my ales and my mead, but I have a soft spot for the more ambiguous alcohols.
Yes, and the Thurian Empire wants nothing to do with my whiskey, which is very upsetting. But I do remember our first encounter, Trina, and he comes up and grabs your hand. When you tried to scare me straight, and I am in the process of getting a liquor license.
Oh.
Hey,
That's
Trina, could you come over here and I gotta show you
awesome.
something. Trina, can I show you something over here real quick? I gotta show you something.
She like pops her hand out of Saxon's hand.
And he's sort of like,
proud of you for doing the good thing, Saxon.
Yes, thank you. And he kind of, as he watches you go towards Lightbringer, the rest of the party can see that he's got sort of like a look on his face of disappointment.
Hey, quick question, Saxon. Have you ever looked into your partners? Someone who would perhaps invest in your, whiskey?
Well, that was what we were about to get into, actually.
Ooh. Jim, you ought to listen to this.
Tim listens and he pours himself a glass and takes a sip. Boy, this would make a pig whistle. Or the angels must be envious of this. Do you have a name for this whiskey?
It's just the Carlile brand, so no. But now that it's about to become legit, I guess in theory I really should start thinking of labels and things of that nature.
Yes, sir. You know Jimothy's in the alcohol, the brewery business, right?
Correct. The Marston Lager business. Correct? Isn't that right, Jim?
That's right.
Although it's been a while, are you still finding your toes? It doesn't look like you found any extra. You still only have 3.
I found him. I pull out a necklace that I've been putting my toes on.
Oh, disgusting. Could you please put it away? Oh, God. That
It's
is
not- it's
absolutely
like
vile.
a keychain.
And you just walk around with those.
Yeah, they don't smell.
The front
They're
door
sexted out.
opens. Friends, are you in here? And you hear Durgam call out.
Yeah, we're in here.
All right, get in here, Durgam.
You all left
I meant to
me
ask you-
alone with that goblin. He wouldn't stop talking.
Oh, speaking of, Durgam, Saxon, do you happen to have any livestock that you don't mind getting rid of?
Livestock. Wouldn't mind getting rid of. I
yeah,
mean,
can
we're
we
about.
buy like a goat or some cow or something from you?
What are you
elk.
talking about? Our friend prefers the vegetables, if you remember.
That is correct, actually. Do you have salad? And fruits, perhaps?
There is nuts and fruit over
Durgam
here.
starts walking up and pulls out, or puts his hand forward to introduce himself, as Saxon's kind of just sitting there, like, eyeing him over and very curious. The name's Durgam. Ah, Durgam. I don't quite remember seeing you in my visions. And Carlile looks around at all of you. You all know this gentleman?
He's a traveling
Yes,
companion.
he's a
of
great
ours.
friend of ours.
Amazing.
A great friend, eh? Well, Durgam, any friends of Trina's is a friend of mine. And Durgam chuckles, and his handshake is accepted. The name is Lord Saxon Carlile. Pleasure to meet you. I'm sure that Trina's told you all about me. And he shakes his head. No, actually, they've never mentioned you at all. Granted, I've only been with them for a few days now. And Carlile sort of raises an eyebrow. A great friend in a few days' time, eh? You must be a blast. A hoot and a holler.
Oh,
He's helped save our lives on a couple of occasions.
Ah, that'll do it. That is the fastest ticket to friendship I've ever known.
And
Please.
as I said, Lightbringer like holds up his glass and starts like, acting all swaggery like Captain Jack Sparrow. Yes, he is a great friend. He saved our lives. We must keep him safe for our great debts.
Rena holds out some nuts for Durgam.
Starting with that, as he points at the nuts.
And I tell him, be careful with the whiskey that Lightbringer's drinking.
Yes, it's very rich whiskey. I think I'm going to sit down for a while.
You do
Yes,
that, Lightbringer.
you go on.
Lightbringer hobbled, my axe hobbled like for a little bit and then just walks normal and just sits down.
Dig it. Anyway, Saxon takes Durgam for a moment and they go into the kitchen. Be right back. So, tell me, how did you save their lives? And you hear their voices trailing before they fade to where they're
Durgam,
indistinctive.
wait.
Objection,
come back.
hearsay!
Come back, Durgam, wait.
You guys watch them. I'm gonna go take a bath in the hot tub bath upstairs.
Alright, let me know if you run into any trouble.
Will do.
I'm guessing
robe
Durgam
was
does not
dusty.
come back and wait.
Correct.
Okay.
Jim throws off all of his clothes and runs to the bath or the hot tub first.
Wait, my hot tub bath or the one downstairs?
Your hot tub bath.
Fine, I'll do the downstairs one.
He hears you start to change, and then he goes to that one.
He jumps in both and soils them both.
Jim, you have to pick one. You can't be in both at the same time.
You know, in cartoons where like they put their hands up and all of their clothes come off at the same time in midair.
Oh my god, Jim, I did not need to see that much of you.
He may only have 3 toes, but he also got 3 legs.
As he's running off.
Fucking hell.
Don't act like you're not pressed.
I am not.
His winky's just is wiggling all over the place as he's running. Me first, me.
Well, now that he's out of that bathroom, I'm gonna shut the doors and lock it.
As a barbarian, I get to roll a d12 for this. Yeah, it's a 9-incher.
Oh my god.
As a barbarian.
What the fuck?
I'll give you
For the
centimeters.
standards of yeah, like I said, a standard for halflings. I ain't gonna lie.
What would have happened if you'd roll a nat 1?
Does it have a
Roasted.
1-inch or?
Is this Lightbringer, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
He's just playing the role of acting like he's drunk, but even though this is not very rich whiskey at all. Oh, my good lord! You guys are
Lightbringer, guard the door.
all right. He's like, as he like takes the bottle with him, and is sitting there still sipping away. Yeah, some good whiskey. All right, let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. Don't let Jim in here. Don't let anyone in here.
All right.
Okay,
I'm just
so
sitting
Trina's
downstairs.
upstairs and Jim is downstairs, both utilizing the tubs. Lightbringer comes back downstairs. What are Babushka and Toktir doing?
Drinking and reading my book.
Okay.
Eating fruits.
Okay. And Lightbringer, I assume you join them back into the family room?
Yeah. After, well, I'm just playing the role of I'm gonna go ahead and guard this door until she's finished.
Okay. So, Tolktir and Babushka, as you guys are sipping on your drinks and eating your snacks, Saxon and Durgam come back in, and as they do, Saxon's in the middle of a conversation. And so I told him, I said, you know, if you don't put that back, you're going to lose that hand. And you know what happened? And Durgam's like, no, I have no idea. He lost the hand. I cut it right off. And Durgam sort of like puts his hand over his mouth, and you see his cheeks start to puff. And Saxon goes, oh, you're squeaming. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. This is not a good impression. Oh, no. I thought that would be a good story. You know, you look more aristocrat type. Look down on those beneath you. Oh, God. Let me go pull out my finest bottle of wine. You said you like fruits. This is made with the best grapes north of here. I'll be right back. Just have to go to the cellar. And Saxon runs out while Durgam sits down, covering his mouth. Oh, God. I'll be right back. And Durgam runs outside into the garden, and you can hear him hurling. So as Saxon's gone, Trina and Jim, you guys are having a delightful time in the hot tub. It is the perfect temperature. You realize that you can close the vent a little bit to cool it down if you need to, or open it a little wider to make it heat up to the brink of boiling. But there's a bunch of assortments of soaps and bath salts and things like that in the bathroom as well. So you're really able to pamper yourself. How long do you stay in the tub?
Well, I feel bad that Lightbringer's guarding me, so like only 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then I pop out when I'm done. I'm like, all right, Lightbringer, did you want me to guard you while you take a bath, or you want to go downstairs?
I wouldn't mind feeling some heated temperatures. He starts like unlatching his armor.
Nice.
Alrighty. Oh, here. And he hands her the bottle.
Thank
Which
you.
at 30 minutes time could be damn near gone if you want. I'll just need a Constitution saving throw if that's the case.
Wait, what?
Well,
Do a
since
con
she
save.
since she was bathing for 30 minutes, if you were drinking that bottle the whole time, I need a con save. Otherwise, if you're savoring it, then you don't have to.
Oh yeah, I'm savoring it. I'm taking like little tiny sips
Okay.
every 5 minutes.
So Lightbringer hands you the bottle. He gets in the tub. Jim, are you still in the bathroom?
Yep.
Jim's hogging the other tub. Durgum and Saxon have both come back within this amount of time. So, Babushka and Tolktir, you guys have the floor.
I'm just reading my book and sipping and drinking. I'm like through 2 drinks already.
So as you're doing that, Durgum is still nursing his drink after vomiting.
He's back. Okay.
Yes.
Is Saxon in the room?
Yes, he is. And Saxon's also sipping on his whiskey as well.
So, I've learned, Saxon, that you have an ability.
An ability? Yes, I am quite the businessman. I don't know if you overheard, but Trina has set my course straight and narrow into getting a liquor license and opening up my very own distillery in my family's name. We will begin brewing within the next month or so, and we will begin distribution within the year to across the continent. All the empires will be able to receive my whiskey. And the Thurian Empire will be the most expensive of them all, so do not ever buy your product there unless you come to me directly.
Oh, not what I was, that's good information, but not what I was referring to.
I guess you're talking about my charming good looks.
Well, we already knew about that. You
My
charmed,
charismatic mannerisms.
well, last time you paid us a visit, we learned about that as well.
The abundance of money that my family left behind.
Well, I assumed you were rich for having, you were a merchant when you came to the dwarves, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's not play.
Ah, yes, the exuberantly large estate, as well as my own large estate. I see you talked here. I did not know that you rolled that way either.
No. Your a certain ability of foresight.
Foresight. I do not wear glasses, Toktir. I thought that was abundantly clear.
No, not 4 eyes or spectacles. Trina tells me you know things before they happen.
Ah! My glass
Yes,
ball.
that. Glass ball, is that what it is?
That's what we call it because that's what we've always thought wizards did. And it's actually somewhat true. I don't know if you've ever met a wizard before that does this type of thing, but some of them do use glass balls.
I have not met one. But
yes, correct. I do have a gift.
I was wondering, you arrived here for a reason. You knew we were going to be here, did you not?
I did, which is why I came to try to spruce the place up, but you got here much sooner than I anticipated. I must be losing my touch.
By how much were you thinking?
2 days.
2 days.
Yes, I figured 2 days would be plenty of time for me to get everything spruced up. Give or take with the garden, it's really out of whack. That would take almost a whole month, I think, to get back to where it needs to be. But at least the living quarters would be dusted and cleaned.
In the last few days, do you remember anything strange?
There is a bit of fuzz in my memory for whatever reason. It's as if deja vu is all I'm experiencing. Of course, not in this particular moment, because you're just now getting here.
Does this usually happen to you? Right.
No, not very often. The deja vu happens all the time. Sometimes I have visions in my dreams, you know. And then I don't recollect them until I live them. And then I'm like, hold on, I've been here before. I remember this person. I know exactly how this plays out. And by the gods, it plays out exactly as I had dreamed.
So, what do you have plans for all of us, or just particulars?
Plans? What do you mean plans? I figured we would all just catch up and enjoy ourselves for a week.
Well,
After all, you all did come here to seek refuge, did you not? You're being chased, I
Yes.
believe.
chase is a subjective term, but just for what I've gathered from other members is you usually try and wedge yourself in
Wedge
and to
myself
others.
in.
You make people offers they can't refuse. I'm just wondering what you're going to offer us in exchange.
Ah, so you have come here on business then, Toktir. That I can
No, that's what-
accommodate as well. I have many
That's what I'm suggesting you
avenues.
came here for.
I came here because I own the place.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be here unless we were coming, though.
Sometimes I do need to look and see how the mines are doing, see if they found any precious gems and minerals and such.
Well,
But, yes, if you want to talk business, we can certainly talk business. I was going to give it a day or two before I even brought it up, especially because it is just so nice to see Trina alive and well. There were times in my visions where things were bleak. But it seems like that could be further from the case now that you all are here and together and with your friend Durgam. He told me of your exploits in the desert. Very good.
did he now?
Yes. He told me how he hid in a tunnel while you all went and were able to raid the mine of everything it's worth. Tomb. Not mine, tomb.
Well, what else did he tell you?
He told me that you were being hunted by a blue dragon, which, you know, he said that he knew it was going to happen, but you all were non-believers. Dragons are real. I want you to know this, Toktir. And Saxon sort of leans forward and reaches out and puts his hand on your knee. They are actually creatures that fly in the sky and breathe all assortments of breath that could kill a man.
Oh, I'm familiar. We
Well,
Get a run with
from
the
what
right one.
Durgam said, you're not familiar at all with their power.
well, I'm not sure if Dirk remembers or if we mentioned, but a red dragon did attack us at one point.
A red dragon.
Yes.
There's only like 4 places that could have been. Was this
well,
after I had met you in the Dinosaur Isles?
Yes, actually, yes. Did
Oh.
we talk to you about what happened? Did I talk to you about? I don't think I have talked to you since
No,
then.
no. When I saw you last, you were just arriving in the Dinosaur Isle. What is it? Gamderol? I think it was Damgarol. I can't remember the name, and I've heard it's since been evaporated.
So you know what's come of.
I guess some creature got out of some type of containment or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know who
an
would do
ancient-
something so dumb as to unleash
I
an
don't
ancient
know.
creature to wreak havoc on an entire island.
some form of ancient lesson.
A lesson,
then-
you say?
And then apparently there was a red dragon in one of the camps just under the forge. And then once the commotion began, it kind of took its chance to start raiding as well.
Well, I
anyway.
won't be going there anymore. What a wasted
Oh, and-
timeshare.
And then you have an old flame acquaintance, admirer, something of that.
Yes, I would consider Trina everything that you just described.
No, not that. No. Another.
I don't know what it is, but something has gotten me struck with her in the past week. So I'm so glad that she decided to come to visit and bring her family with her. You know, I might
Family?
have to propose. Do you think it's a good idea, Toktir? I know that
do
we've
the
only
whole-
known each other for maybe a month or so, but my heart aches when she's not around me.
I
And
do the whole.
the combination
begin
of
looking
her
at camera
family
thing.
and my family, together, we would be wealthy, we would be powerful. Not only would we have, I'm sure, open access to the council seats in the Thurian Empire, but we could also have the very same in the Lagala Empire, where she's from.
Well,
Does she talk about these dreams as well?
I've only been. How long have we been traveling together? 2 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to her about private matters like this, so I can't speak on her behalf. So
she's definitely thinking about it, though. That's good.
I
think
did
this.
not say anything.
I think this
Can
will be the
neither
perfect
confirm nor
weekend.
deny. Okay.
Do you have any formal wear, Toktir and Babushka, like suits or dresses? Or should I provide you with some
no.
for the proposal party?
Whoa.
Huh?
I do not have any fancy clothes, no, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, I can provide you with some fancy apparel for sure. And then you can all be there when I ask for Trina's hand.
I think maybe, just maybe, you should slow your roll there. I don't know if the last few days have been a little emotional for us all, so I don't know if that's the
because
best
she
thing
knew
to-
that you were coming. Yes.
A near-death
Her heart
experience.
had also a near death, and now she realizes her love for me. You watch as Saxon blushes. Oh, this is going to be a truly marvelous weekend.
So let's talk about the business. Let's anything but this, because I don't really have a say in this. So, what were you? trying to
Yes.
have us do?
So I was thinking of perhaps after the feast, we will all be having a good time. We'll have some drinks in us. I would take Trina by the hand and tell her I want to show her the secret garden. And I would have all of you funnel out after us, and I would take her down the creek. We'd walk for about 10 minutes before we arrive at the secret garden, where you all are in place already. And once she says yes, you pop out of the bushes with party streamers and candles and sparklers, and we all celebrate with a bigger feast. And we'll invite the dwarves. Not the goblins, just the dwarves. They can all be there too. It's a perfect plan. There's literally no way that it could go wrong.
Okay, I'm still curious on when the business proposal comes into play with this. How does?
Oh, we've got much more important things to talk about than business, Toktir. Can't you ever relax?
I am relaxed. It's just I don't know if you can understand the pace at which you're escalating things. Seems a little out of character for you.
You know what?
I
You're
mean-
right. Maybe I should propose. She's in the bathroom. I'll be right
I
back.
think that's the no. Wait. Come back. Let's talk. I have a better idea. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, yes. You know her pretty well, so this should be perfect.
I think interrupting someone while they're taking a bath is the absolute worst thing you can do. So how about we just wait? How about after dinner, okay? How about that?
After dinner, I will propose to the love of my
Yeah.
life.
And many hours from now, we're tired. Maybe even tomorrow. You know, it's been a long
No,
few days.
no. You've already set the course. The ship has sailed and left the dock.
Okay.
You know what? You're good, but I think Babushka would be better at helping me plan this. Babushka? I understand it's good whiskey, but you can talk.
I don't know.
How long have you known Trina?
Okay.
Not too long?
And in that amount of time, you've heard my name thousands of times, I'm sure.
No.
Ah, see, she's trying to be humble. No, you don't have to keep a secret. Yes, Trina is absolutely infatuated with me, as I am with her.
Okay, Saxon.
I don't know,
I'll
but
be real with you.
everyone who shows interest in her, she rejects.
Because she knows that I'm the true love of her life. You know what? He stands up and he puts his glass on the table. I must get a better bouquet than what I had given her. I'll be back. It might take me an hour or so, but once again, feel free to make yourselves at home. The only thing, if you do go to the cellar for the wine, it's quite dark, make sure you have a light source.
Okay,
And the combination to the safe, or to the lock mechanism on there is 2332.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go get the best bouquet that these hands can pick. And he rushes out the door.
I get up and watch him look. Does he like bolt out the door?
Oh yeah, yep, he's
Okay.
gone.
Okay, Babushka. I this is getting a little out of hand. I think the cards. I don't think you were there for that. Or were you there for that? The cards? Did you draw?
Yeah,
from the deck?
Babushka
Oh,
drew cards.
I think this is one of her cards coming into play here. I think this Saxon is 100% one of her suitors. So I think we should tell her, and we all have a sit down with Saxon and let him know what's going on. I'm gonna go walk up to the upstairs bath or downstairs bath, wherever Trina is, and see who's standing outside. If Lightbringer is outside or not still, like guarding the place.
Yeah, I would assume Lightbringer's like getting ready to come out now at this point.
And it's just chilling, drinking the rest of the bottle
Okay.
outside in the hallway.
Oh yeah, I immediately beeline to you. Okay, we got a problem.
What's up, Tolktier?
Okay. you need to not be drunk right now.
Who says I'm drunk?
Oh no.
You sounding like you're drunk. Okay, so remember when you drew that card?
I'm
A while
not
ago.
drunk.
Okay, you're not drunk, sure. Okay, do you
Oh
remember
no,
what
she's damn near plastered.
do you remember? Look at me. Look at me. Do you remember
Yes.
when you?
Beardy.
Do you remember the 3 suitors that you have? 'Cause of the card.
4. Oh my
is it
god.
4? Jesus Christ. Okay. Saxon's
no.
100% one of them. He thinks he's infatuated with
What?
you. Yes. So,
Oh no, Beardy, this is bad.
yeah. He
Not
wants to
good.
like propose to you and join your families together for power. I don't know.
Oh god, no. My family. No.
So he's gonna be gone for anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour. Okay. So we
Okay, I'll just be a bird when he's back.
At that moment, Lightbringer comes out.
Bird.
Lightbringer comes out the bathroom. Like he took off his long sleeve, you know that. So now he's just planning on just putting the armor on by itself. But like he's right now he's
I'm a
tightless. He's like,
bird.
oh, that was great. Oh, hey, Tolktier. Oh, Trina, give me that.
No,
Oi.
mine.
listen.
Like, slaps his hand away.
I get Lightbringer's attention. So Trina is under the influence of
Oh, I can tell that.
the bigger issue. Saxon suitor is one of Trina's 4 suitors, 100%. He's talking about proposing. So,
what?
and I,
What?
yeah, he's on his way to get like a better bouquet and propose. So I summon Huzak.
Possible Beardy.
I send my bat outside to fly, like stand on top of the house, and when he sees Saxon just coming in and warn Trina. So I look at Trina. When my bat comes back, my familiar, turn into a bird, okay?
Trina,
Okay.
Trina, turn into Beltran now.
Or do it now, yeah.
She
Hey,
has
hold on.
difficulty.
And try not to shit yourself.
No, it's fine.
And as this whole
I
thing's
can
going
bird.
on, like this whole thing's going on, Lightbringer's just glistening in the air, looking like
Why are
Chris
you
Pratt from Guardians.
sparkles?
Like kind of looking like Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy.
You're sparkly.
Yeah. Yeah.
First bath
there's
is
some
taken
oils in
in
there.
forever.
There were some oils in there. I felt like I wanted to, alleviate my skin. It's been a long time since I've had a luxury, bath
Foliation.
like that. Ooh, it's amazing. So I'm gonna be armorless for a little bit. But, yes, Trina, bird, now, please.
Okay. I got it this time. No, not yet. Not ready yet.
I'ma just
And then I
tiny
took the
hop
rest of the
then.
bottle.
Dude, hey, where's that sapphire?
Oh! Water rock is in my bag.
Let me get that.
Here.
I take it. Open your mouth.
No.
Open it. Open it.
No.
Open it.
No.
Where was the-
And then I run
hey.
downstairs.
No, son of a bitch. All right.
Acrobatics.
I'm
Hold on. I gotta find it. Where is it?
Because you're drunk in real life, disadvantage.
All right, can I
I'll take
Well,
it.
it's
try
a
it?
good thing I'm not proficient.
can I make an attempt to catch her before she tries to run away?
Sure. You can do an athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics. Okay. Get your ass back here.
As you're about to flawlessly make it down the stairs, Lightbringer grasps you by the wrist and puts enough pressure to where it actually hurts.
All right, and then I'm like, because I'm so tall, I'm like lifting her. Like I have her wrist, and I'm lifting her up by that arm. You're not going anywhere.
He's like
Here's,
trying to one-arm punch you. Like, no!
As you go out and grab her wrist, right? Because of how strong of a grip you put on her, you do it and she sort of winces in pain. And as she casts a glance at you, you see, instead of Trina's eyes, you see your daughter's face looking back at you with tears falling down for a split second. And then it's back to Trina.
He flinches and then lets go immediately.
And then I continue down the stairs.
And then Trina just, whoa. See, I'm not drunk, guys.
Trina!
I'm totally fine.
I believe I'm partially to blame for this. All right. He starts putting his armor, his like upper armor on. Just arms exposed, still glistening. Arms still glistening, and he pursues after her.
Okay, I'm assuming Trina's just running around the cottage.
Yeah, stopping an occasion in the kitchen to have some snacks.
Okay.
Oh, and then interspersed, she's like kind of turning into Beltran, flying for a second, and then popping back into her body. So she's like,
Yeah, so you see
for
Trina's big ass
Trina
head
snacks
attached
for
to
Trina's. Yeah.
Her head is still Trina, but her body turns into Beltran, and she starts pecking, and she keeps hitting her nose and goes, "Ow, that really, it doesn't do this normally. Why is pecking
Where's
so
my
hard?"
hands?
Hey, hey, Trina, I have something for you. Hey, look over here.
Tiny?
I want to cast suggestion on her.
All right. What do you suggest? And actually cast the spell, because I think she's got a saving throw.
Tiny?
All right, let's see. So I need a wisdom saving throw from Trina, please.
Oh, you missed? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, you are. So what's your suggestion?
You should go to your room and lay down a little bit.
Sleepy.
And Trina all of a sudden starts rubbing her eye, hiccups a little bit, and she grabs a couple
With my
snacks.
bird arm?
Yeah, sure. And then she starts heading upstairs.
I'll be up there soon. I'll tuck you in. In the meantime, definitely keep at it, Toktir. Make sure old friend Feather isn't coming back too soon.
Oh, yeah. Zach will let me know. Just have him stay on top of the house, and then if he sees anything, he'll just link to me and tell me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to cast a ritual telepathic bond. So could we all get in the same room so I can go do this real quick?
I believe
I'm
Jim's
already
still
head up.
bathing.
I'm already like.
And I'm in
almost-
my bedroom.
I'm on my way upstairs to the room where she's laying down at.
You hear in the background muffled scrub, 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 brush, brush, brush.
I go up to Jim's bathroom and I knock on door.
Come in.
I peek in.
You see me floating like in the thing, and I just blow water up into a spout.
So we got an issue.
Oh.
Card. Trina drew 4 suitors. Saxon's one of them. He wants to marry her. She drunk as hell, and he's on his way back after he gets more flowers. So he's probably going to do more irrational things.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder when my card's gonna show up. Not ready for that.
I'm just I'm just on lookout right now, and I was gonna telepathic bond, but you're over here, so
I think I'm about done anyways.
okay. Well, just meet us downstairs, or I think we're downstairs.
Correct.
All right. I'll be down there in a second.
Wait, isn't he in the downstairs bathroom?
Correct.
Yes. And we're upstairs. Me and Trina are upstairs.
Oh, then upstairs then.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
I snort the bath salts?
Yeah. And
I'm
it was
totally
awful.
kidding.
Okay.
Head starts the bath salts. Face.
So after a minute, Jim gets out of the tub, dries off, and all of you head upstairs, Durgam included. And
Where
as
your clothes
Durgam's
at?
sitting there, well, you all seem to know this gentleman. I don't much like him myself. I can stay and watch over Trina if you all wanted to do whatever it is you need to do downstairs.
I don't really have anything to do. I'm just gonna cast. I guess I'll be able to think in our heads again. Telepathic bond.
Okay.
Do
10
so.
minutes of you guys all hulked around Toktir. Hey,
Can I be affected by that spell if I'm asleep? Or do they wake me up?
I would
Eight
think,
willing
yeah.
creatures.
And if you're asleep, I would not count you as willing.
Well,
So they wake me up?
Wake you up inside.
Yeah.
You can't wake up though.
I can't wake up.
sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're in deep sleep, especially after that suggestion.
Yeah,
You're in a deep
Yeah.
sleep.
she's
Alright.
under the spell of suggestion. So telepathic bond affects everyone but Trina. So now you all can talk shit.
Rude.
So I think to Durgam, he can see the future, yada yada yada. Saxon, kind of always out for himself, but he hasn't necessarily harmed us, yada yada yada.
He's never harmed
Yada,
Tolkien.
yada,
He's
yada,
only
yada,
been
yada,
nice.
yada, says Jim.
Yeah, I just get bad vibes based on what Trina told me in the past. That's all. I think he's kind of out for himself, but he's never overtly been horrible. He's just sort of disgustingly charismatic to the point where I want to vomit, but
Yes, that
Yeah,
is
he's not-
nobility for you. The aristocratic
He-
type.
Yeah, he's not an asshole, but he has asshole tendencies.
so did he get out of you what that you were a silvery boy? I looked at Durgam.
Oh no. He
Okay.
thinks that I am a mutated elf from the far reaches of the north.
Okay,
Vile
well-
experiments to graft these horns to my body, and my hair was bleached permanently, all because some wizard thought it'd be fun.
Okay. Well, let's hope
That's
he's
actually really good.
legitimate about that. So we need to convince him that who was the witch we saw on Dinosaur Island?
You
was her
saw the witch Lilith Hart.
Lilith. We need to explain Lilith's involvement with the deck and try and snap him out of this. But I don't think
I'm not too sure that would work out too well. The cards, they don't lie.
So we either have two options, as I see it. We either leave now, or we just sort of stay here, rest, and put up with all these shenanigans.
I mean, he's gonna propose. She can just say no and break his heart.
I guess.
That is
but
also an option.
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
she already has a love interest, right, Mal?
yeah.
Well, I'm not too sure about that, considering the lie she was told as of recently.
Are they still in
Well,
love?
Yes,
Mm,
I would think so.
well,
I'm-
not if her life is in question. I'm not too sure she really cares anymore.
Well,
Well,
that's really for
regardless,
her
I-
to decide and not for us. I understand we're trying to protect her, but... And he shrugs. Mortals and their mannerisms when it comes to love, I've never really understood it.
Well-
It could be permanent or it could be temporary.
Regardless, I just don't know if we. I don't know. Saxon's kind of freaking me out. Don't know what he's capable of, truly, and I'd rather not it go bad, but we'll see.
Well, if
Well-
the man truly is able to see in the future, doesn't he already know the answer?
He seems muddled right now with everything that's happened recently.
Oh, yeah.
Like he
and no,
expected us 2 days later.
I honestly think he should be okay as long as he doesn't try to force himself on her. Then we'll have
well.
some problems.
Agreed. And I highly doubt that he doesn't seem like he would allow for all of us to stay under this roof and try to get that sort of, well,
And she
rather not
strikes me
even
as the
talk
type
about
to-
it.
He strikes me as the type to walk into the room and be like, "Oh, where are my pants? I'm sorry. Oh, hello, Trina. I didn't know you were here. kind of.
Nah, I was thinking more he would inconvenience us with his connections and whatnot. But
And find a way to separate us from Trina, so he can
Yeah.
get alone with her.
anyway, I also think we should not inform him what happened with a tomb. How much did you tell him, Durgam?
Just
Can you
that you
tell
all
about-
were stumbled upon a tomb, you found riches, and we left.
Okay. I think we should keep the old D.L. out of the question. Those, things of the purple variety.
Oh, and he also said, wasn't he a little hazy?
Yes.
Could be, the effects of that card.
Yep.
So,
And if it-
since we've changed the course of the timeline, that maybe his foresight is not as reliable anymore.
Maybe for a short while. But yeah, he seems very distractible. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe we should just put up with them and then take the time to rest. I don't know. I'm just going to read my book for the most part and then try and get some
I have
information.
an idea.
Her?
One of you or me can propose to her first,
Ooh.
and then she can
Or-
say that she's already engaged.
Well, nose goes as I touch my nose.
Nose goes, I'm married.
I guess I could pull it off since I've been protecting her this whole time since we got here.
Yeah.
That's if she will be okay with that.
Does
I
Babushka
still
not
have
raise
her-
her hand?
Oh, I mean, if it help, I don't know.
Anyway,
Well, I could drop the spell now. She could wake up. She still would be drunk though, unfortunately.
let's
Wait, are we going with my idea?
I don't know. I doubt he would even work on him. He might try to fucking take off his glove and honor duel you or something.
No. Well, I'm all for a gentleman duel.
What?
But is what I want to say. But I would rather not be on the bad side of a foresighter.
Your bat tells you that someone is approaching the cottage, but it's not
Oh.
Saxon.
We got bogeys incoming. We got unidentified people approaching. I give me a second as I warg into my bat and I look. Oh, I have blind sight, don't I? Thug.
Yep.
I start fluttering around as the bat.
Okay, you flutter around, and before you're able to get like your echo location, you can hear the footsteps of somebody. And before you're able to get close enough to be able to, like, I guess, see features or whatever, all of a sudden your connection with your bat poofs. It's gone.
He killed my bat. Whoever's out there. The person.
You all check it out. I'll stand guard here.
Eh?
The door downstairs, there's a knock, 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 and then it opens.
I summon my book and I float it on up.
Okay. Or float it down. You guys are upstairs.
Or down, yeah. I keep thinking of the wrong story.
So as you float the book, you see a gentleman with his face covered. He's wearing a red robe with the hood up, and he's got a couple of really decorative sashes. His arms are wrapped in cloth as well as his legs. And as he comes in, he looks around and sees the book. Well, looks like Saxon got himself a new pet. A book that floats. And as the figure starts to walk towards the book, he tries to touch it and realizes that the book's pretty much ethereal. Nifty trick. Saxon? Saxon, are you here?
Ding.
The book.
Saxon is not here at the moment. Please leave a message after the beep.
I make the book shake, left and right.
Is anyone here? Guess if no one's here, it wouldn't hurt to poke around. And you watch as the figure starts to walk towards the guest rooms.
I follow him.
He opens the room that Tolktir would be in, and he starts looking. Interesting. A dwarf. Saxon doesn't usually let them here.
I thanked everybody, and I do on my side. I just minor illusion, or do I have minor illusion? I think I do. Yeah, I have minor illusion the guy's face, but like this guy's here in the house. As I thanked everybody.
Ooh.
That is who you see. He opens
That
up
should
the
be-
next room. A
Have we
mix of
seen this
orc.
before?
Yeah,
Yes,
technically.
yeah.
This was in one of the one shots.
Correct.
Yeah.
The last one.
And then he opens up the last door. Halfling.
Oh, hello.
Well, he doesn't. He's not in your the room. You guys are in Trina's room. He's looking in the room that Jimothy's taken over right now. He walks out and starts walking down the hall and starts heading up the stairs. I know someone's here. Might as well go ahead and show yourself and perhaps point me in the direction of Saxon.
I opened the
From the other
door,
side,
butt naked still.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, Jim walks out nude. I see that he entranced you into his bath.
Hello.
Do you know where Saxon is?
No.
Do you
Who are
know when
you?
he'll be back?
Who are you?
I'm here on business with Saxon. We had set up a meeting to be arranged. Something about his whiskey distilling.
Oh, that's actually why we're here too.
He didn't tell me he was gonna bring in other partners. Who are
else
you
but
then?
Saxon?
Yeah. You can call me Dalix.
Dalix.
Correct.
I'm Jim.
Jim? Nice to meet you, Jim. Question. Is it normal for you to walk around nude?
No, I just got out of the tub.
So
got
Saxon's
distracted.
softening you up. He always did like weird things.
Huh. I'm gonna go put clothes on. Because now I feel naked.
That's probably because you actually are naked.
But my confidence is gone.
As he walks away, I walk out.
There's the dwarf.
You got rid of my familiar.
Oh, you were controlling the bat?
Mm-hmm.
Last time a creature flew towards me like that, while it tried to bite me. Granted, it wouldn't have gotten any blood, because I don't have any. But I just don't really care for critters. So I apologize. What do you need to bring them back? I'll help you.
Oh, just some incense. About 10 gold worth.
He reaches in his pocket and he flips you a platinum piece. There you go. Apologies for
thank
the
ya.
inconvenience.
No problem. So, you're here for Saxon, huh?
Correct, and I'm assuming you're with a halfling, a threesome?
Nothing like that. How much do you know about your employer?
Well, Saxon's not an employer. He is an associate.
Business partner? Associate. Well,
Perhaps he
he's-
could be a business partner. That's what we were going to talk about, but he didn't tell me that he was bringing in other people on the deal, which already puts a distasteful spin on the whole thing.
We are just passing through, and he just so happened to be here. We met him in the past, but Saxon, he's out and about at the moment. He should be back within the hour.
Oh, I'll wait for him in the family room then.
So
And Dalix
You're
walks
not-
down the stairs.
Oh, nature.
I walk downstairs. So Dalix, Toktir, would you like to discuss anything while we're here?
And he looks towards you, but obviously you can't see any facial expressions because his face is wrapped up. I don't usually deal with strangers, so no. And he just sits there quietly.
Would you like to try and trade?
What exactly is it that you're looking for? Tolktir,
Oh.
you said?
That's my name. Just wondering if you would happen to have any items I was looking for, like ivory or gems.
No, I'm not a collector of material goods.
Ah,
I like more intangible goods. More or less, that's my job. I trade secrets.
Does that mean like magics or spells?
Not necessarily. I am capable of such tricks, as some folks call them, but I can't teach you based on my power. I can
And
only
what
show
do
you.
And what do you collect?
I told you, secrets.
Are magical tomes secrets to you?
They could be if they hold information valuable to a buyer. I'm what you would call a information broker, possibly, on your continent. I believe that's the term that has been thrown around from place to place. So yes, I offer my services. I go find the information that they seek. I bring it back for a fee, and then I go on my merry way.
Okay.
Brady,
Yo.
am I able at this moment to cast less? Well, here's another question. Will lesser restoration remove drunkenness?
Yeah. Drunkenness
I
is
wanna-
pretty much the poison condition.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, I want to cast lesser restoration on Trina.
All right, Trina, you are now awake and not drunk, and you have no hangover either.
Oh,
What happened? What did I miss?
So, do you remember exactly what happened? What Tokyo told you?
I remember taking a bath and waiting out here for you to finish yours. And I partook in some of the whiskey, but
Oh,
the rest is pretty blurry. Was I part bird?
Yes, you were.
Oh
And,
my god.
You were.
I haven't lost control of my form like that in years.
When I tell you, you were trash. You were trash.
Son of a bitch.
So we got other matters at hand. You remember that card you drew not too long ago?
God, don't remind me.
Suitors. Lord Saxon's one of them. For damn sure, he's one of them.
No,
Oh,
he is not.
Oh, and he's talking about trying to propose to you.
Oh my god. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here right now.
So there was a crazy idea that Toktir came up with. He was suggesting maybe perhaps one of us pretends to do an offer of an engagement.
That won't work.
Propose.
That won't work. You don't understand. He is more powerful than I know. Like, he can see into the future and there's something else wrong with him.
I
He
think
would probably take that as like a personal affront and kill whoever tried to propose to me.
I think to Lightbringer, talking to this other guy here, he seems harmless.
That's good.
How's it? How things down there?
Up there.
Up there.
Well, I cured her of her ailment, so she's perfectly fine now. She's suggesting that we leave.
I get down. I run down there. I told Dalek, one moment, and I run down or run upstairs.
Upstairs.
Is that now where they're at?
Yeah, it is. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Okay.
that's where you're at.
Yeah. So I get the rundown from Trina and be like, okay, what do you want to do? You gonna leave? Hey, what?
I think we should. I mean, Saxon is more powerful than I think any of us realize. Not only when it comes to him being a noble with lots of connections, but also magic-wise.
I can't teleport.
Then let's just walk out of the house.
Okay. I can do a summoning circle, but it's going to take us to the dwarf capital. Don't really want to go there with you guys
I
at
don't
the
know.
moment.
Maybe I can tell him that I can try and let him down nice, but I think that'll just
Yeah,
I don't
screw
know,
it.
make
Just
him
tell
work harder.
Just tell him, no, you're not. Here, say it like this.
Oh no,
You're
he's
not
seen in the
what-
future. He's seen this
You're-
conversation.
Now he seems kind of like whacked out of his mind. Like he doesn't understand what's going on.
You don't.
What?
You're not worth my time, Saxon Carlile.
Okay, how about this? Everyone upstairs.
I would
everyone
never say
downstairs.
that to him.
Everyone downstairs. Okay. I'm a tiny hut. Let you in. You walk out, but if you're in there when I summon it, you can freely walk in and out. Constant stay inside. If he takes the news bad, you just walk back in. Okay.
You want me to?
But what
Trina,
about
you
the
want me
rest
to-
of you?
We stay in the hut. We're all in the hut. You're just talking to him.
So you all are gonna hide in the hut while I turn him down?
I mean,
Oh my
let's
God.
I
go for
won't,
inside
I
the
won't
hut.
hide. I'll come with you.
I mean, if you want, I can still play bodyguard. I mean, I'm not doing anything else.
I'm just
I-
providing you a
no,
safe
I don't
fallback
know.
point. How about that?
I
Everyone
think if I let him down in a certain way, then we should be okay. But we should probably only stay the one night then.
Just don't give him hope for the future, okay? Try not to do that. Men don't like that.
I
Oh, just try harder. Don't do that.
will
Don't do that at
do
all.
my best.
Be as harsh, but not harsh at the same time as possible.
Okay.
See, rejection from me and my race, we get punched in the face by the suitor. So
Do you want me to make the hut or not?
No. I'm
Okay.
formulating a plan. I'm just glad I'm sober to do this.
Okay.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Lightbringer.
Then I'm gonna go retreat back to my room and start reading my book. Then.
Okay.
Or
As you start walking downstairs, then Tolktir, Dalix is posted at the bottom of the stairs against the wall. Interesting.
Hmm.
I didn't know that I was here for a wedding.
Oh, we weren't saying anything though. Oh, we were. Damn it, we were because Rita's not involved. Fuck. So we were. Yeah, that's not really gonna happen.
It's a shame. Well, I was looking forward to going to town to getting a gift. But if it saves me some coin, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, just.
I didn't know Saxon
you
was on the
posted.
market, to be honest. He's really got a thing for this Trina.
Apparently.
Very strange, you lot. Sorry for eavesdropping. It's kind of what I do.
Oh. It's all good.
Not to mention the fact you didn't really keep your voices down, so I assumed it was all free info. If you want my 2 cents, Saxon's not gonna let, or Saxon's only gonna be obsessed for a few days, maybe a week. Then he'll move on to something else. If she can last that long, she should be fine.
Well, I'll relay the message. But you might know him better than us.
Perhaps, but that's only because I've had to deal with him.
I've only met him once.
Now you were saying you wanted to trade?
Oh, I mean, just looking for scrolls or spells or something like that. But
I could give you information of locations or things of that nature, but looking upon you, you don't look like the typical dwarf. What is it that you do for your people?
I'm a grudge bearer, so they send me out to solve issues that
Interesting.
transpired.
And what's been the most absurd one you've had to do?
There was a genie that someone used to turn someone else's beard a different color, and they needed it to be changed back because no matter what they did, shave it, grow. I think dye it again. I think they even tried growing it out more, outgrowing their beard, and the color would not change. It stayed the genie changed color. So I had to find said genie and get him to change back the color.
Pretty elaborate. I don't envy you at all.
Nope. But luckily,
Tell you what. It seems that you've got a good run-in with the grudge bearers of the dwarves. If you can give me some of their more, not necessarily safeguarded, but things that people don't know, I can show you a old observatory that would have plenty of these scrolls that you're searching for. It's been abandoned for quite some time. I didn't take anything because I didn't need it.
And how would I contact you?
Well, if we don't make the deal now, then we won't ever make the deal.
Well, I don't know what I can get you, but I can make a few copies of some history, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I more am interested in current events.
What particularly?
Well, you're a grudge bearer, so perhaps maybe there's something that the dwarves are up to, something to get back at some of their ancient grudges. Perhaps maybe they've got a grudge against one of the empires and they're thinking of war.
Oh, no, they don't really tell me too much, but I've yet to go back and, get information recently, so I would need to go and ask.
What about your training?
What about it?
Perhaps maybe you can tell me what all it means to become a grudge bearer. I don't think many of the other empires know. Could be valuable information. Valuable enough for you to get a lump sum of scrolls, other ancient texts, astrology books, things about the stars.
Well, let's make a deal before we go into anything. So,
Oh, yes, of course.
and how would we go about doing such a thing?
Well, like I said, I want information and I sell information. The information I have, you already somewhat know. It's going to be a
I meant like
location.
just a handshake, a verbal agreement, or what are we dealing with here?
Whatever makes you more comfortable, I guess. Doesn't really matter to me. Secrets are traded in all manner of ways.
Okay, well, I just sit down and tell them what my training consisted of and how
Locations. Where did it take place?
Oh, that's the dwarven capital.
Interesting. Is the dwarven capital, is it made up of sublayers and such? I am assuming they dig deep into the side of the mountain, correct?
Well, that's something that I'm not quite willing to part with.
How
But as you
deep
can
does
imagine-
it go?
Oh no, that's defensive secrets. That's not happening.
How many are trained at the same time?
But it depends on the families and the clans, but it's usually the firstborn sons.
Of every family?
Depending on which ones have a debt to the clan.
How many
it
had a
varies.
debt when you went through?
I don't even know.
A couple more
don't-
questions, I guess.
Okay.
Who leads the instruction of the grudge bearers? What's their name?
So I would need to ask you, Brady, because I know who's in charge of it. I don't know who teaches it though.
I guess in that context, he is asking more of who's in charge.
Oh,
If you
See,
don't
there's
have a
like-
name, I can make one. Because there's the Grand Magister.
yeah, the Grand Magister. He's like in charge of everything, but
Do you have a
Oh,
name of
look.
the Grand Magistrate?
Hrothgar.
Hrothgar. Huh. How do you spell that? I'm just kidding. I don't really care.
But he's the current head magistrate, so he makes all the rules, and everyone else just follows his words.
And then this
So,
Grand
side note-
Magistrate. Oh, go ahead.
Out of complete context, Hrothgar was the name of the dwarven king in my campaign.
Oh yeah, he's always the name of the Dwarven King. So it's a common dwarf. This is the first thing came to mind.
can
I'm like,
dig it.
wait a second. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So,
any
Hrothgar, he leads the grudge bearers to doing what it is that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the one that determines which grudges you take on, or is that handled at a different level?
Well, there's a council of magistrates that he convenes with, but he's the final say.
So he holds absolute power, in theory.
I mean, the council and him.
So if the
Always go
council
back and forth.
disagreed, what would happen?
Oh, he'd be the final say.
So absolute power.
In a sense, but he rarely has to make those decisions. But
Yes, but he can. That's all I wanted to know. What about the king of the dwarves? Does he have any sway over the Grand Magistrate, or are they almost like their own kingdom?
The magistrate would be more of a governmental or a
leader, but not the leader.
ecclesiarchy. Yeah, he has special roles, more like ecclesiarchy or some sort of some religious leader equivalent.
Excellent.
I mean, the king controls the clans of the main clans. Like all the keeps are respectively loyal to the king, but the grudge bearers hold a unique position.
And then he goes, one more thing if you're comfortable with it, and I can make it worth your time. But I'd like to browse the surface thoughts of yourself, and perhaps take this information for later.
No, so Brady, say he does browse surface thoughts. Would that be like locations of places, or what?
Not necessarily. It's whatever Tolktir is thinking of at the time. It's harmless, I promise.
What would I get if I didn't go do this?
Well, if you didn't go through with that part, that's the tangible portion of this deal that I need, just like the tangible portion of your scrolls. If you give me the strand that I require from your memories, which, I want to preface, you still retain the memories, it's just I also have a tangible form of them as well. I'll make sure that not only do you get the location of this observatory, but I can tell you the things that you're going to run into when you get there so that you're not surprised.
And what thoughts are you after? What do you want to know?
I just want to see a day by day of your training. So think about what it is that you had to go through, the lessons you were taught, the way you went about learning your magic, that kind of thing.
I do so with like the generic teachers, but I don't think of anybody in part of the council or any specific places, just generalized classrooms and training. Okay. And then he's low-level grudges.
He is
Jim,
going to cast...
is kind of looking through his doorway, like... Just,
I definitely know locations of where the keep is and anything like that.
Yeah, he casts Detect Thoughts on you, which I'm assuming you would fail the saving throw.
Sure.
And then, as you're thinking of these things, what does the Grandmaster look like?
I have there's like a statue of his likeness, but I'll be thinking of like an older one, an old Grandmaster, like a generation back.
Okay.
I give him that.
What about your family? Do you remember them?
Haven't seen them in a long time.
And the king's likeness, have you ever seen him?
Personally, no.
Interesting. So, you have this role, and it's not an insignificant role for the dwarven people, as I'm coming to gather, but it's not one that you would consider anywhere close to nobility. Would you say that grudge bearers are more peasants than they are citizens?
If you had to have a caste system view of it, they're kind of removed from everything. Not in a good way, not in a bad way. Well, some would argue bad, but it's definitely above peasant, but it's nowhere near nobility. It's removed. It's more like a public servant.
He then asks you a couple more harmless questions about the day-to-days of a grudge bearer and training, and then he asks you sort of about the events of how you went about this genie.
Oh, got just think about in Krago, there was a near Krago in the desert. There was a genie that was. I just think about the blood tower and everything also like that. There's a fire djinn out there that is kind of on the loose now, and I would not suggest trying to contact him because there's no reason for him to do anything for you since it's not trapped anymore.
Well, this is all I think I would require. Thank you for your visions. And he puts his finger against the temple. He says or he waves his other hand, and then he pulls his finger away. And the rest of you see this immediately. He pulls this silvery strand out of Toktir's head, like he's plucking a hair. And as he does so, he looks at you, Toktir, and he shows you the strand. He then reaches into his satchel, opens it up, and places it into a vial. Writes something on the side of it, tucks it away, takes out a separate vial, and hands it to you. Everything you need to know about the observatory is in that vial. Do you happen to know encode thoughts?
I do not.
Well, if you would like, I can place the thoughts into your memory. They'll be there as if you had organically visioned them yourself.
Sure.
He opens the vial, he waves his hands, and he touches his fingertip to the strand. And as he starts to lift it up, the strand starts to float. And he touches the side of your temple, and the strand embeds itself into the side of your head. And as that happens, you get this flash of memories about this observatory to the west of Moston that's crawling with these creatures from some portal that had opened up there. It's a very dark, despairing place. But there are, in fact, scrolls and tomes of history about the stars and astrology and things of that nature. I don't know exactly how much useful all of those tomes will be for a man of your distinction, but perhaps maybe it's something you can give to your people to help them understand more about the sky than they do about the ground.
That's going to be a hard sell, but most dwarves are very rigid with new ideas, and even our best inventions are only really taken up hundreds of years after they're created. But I can give it a try.
At least if you do that, it could help the dwarves in finding themselves a better foothold in the future as things start to change. I appreciate it, dwarf. Well, Toktir, I apologize. I'm not from or used to making acquaintances where I actually learn the name of people that I talk to. What about your friends? Do they all perhaps maybe want to trade information?
Well, be up to them.
Dalix, you watch as his head swivels, looking at each of you. I'll be here until Saxon gets here, so you've got a while. You said about an hour or so? And he sits in his, he sits back into his seat and just sort of stares blankly towards you guys.
I am going to resummon my familiar. And as I am going to be thinking about which form I want him to be.
I'm gonna go downstairs and then I'm gonna be like, who are you?
The name's Dalix, and I gather that you're Trina, the soon-to-be bride.
No. My name is Trina, though.
Yeah, follow down right behind her.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Dalix. I'm assuming you're here to see Saxon.
You would assume correctly. If I was here to see you, how strange would that be?
Well, considering what I've been through in the past couple weeks, not as strange as you think.
Interesting. What have you been through that would make that not strange?
A fair amount.
Well, we've got time until Saxon gets here. Shall we talk about stories? I love sharing tales.
As long as you tell me one.
Oh, I can tell you
Like,
many
where are you
things.
from? I've never seen one such as yourself before.
That would make sense. My kind don't typically come to this planet. It's been through so many changes, it's almost not worth of it. But regardless, my work has me here for reasons. But I'm in Aetherion. I'll type the name in just in case you guys need it. Or Aethera. Yeah, Aethera, I think is how it's pronounced. And I live in space. He unwraps one of his hand wraps, and as he does, he just starts to spill out this sort of sickly green fog, and it just like a fog machine, it starts to gather on the floor and dissipate before it becomes translucent, and then he takes his wrap and he wraps it around into his hand again, squeezes it a couple times. Yes, we're made up entirely of noble gases found out in the deep expanse of space. Somehow we became sentient. I'm honestly not all sure that we know exactly where we came from or how we became who we are. I just know that we are. I come from a major trade hub between planets. Your people have never been there, though, so perhaps maybe one day. Regardless, I'm here because I'm a information broker. I go around for clients, gathering the information they require and bring it back to them for payment. Your friend Tolktir here was kind enough to let me in on some of the more or less upbringings of a dwarven grudge bearer. And now he's been gifted with the information of a observatory that houses secrets of space.
Interesting. Have you ever met the Larva Queen?
The Larva Queen. That is not a name I recognize.
I mean, I guess that's what we called her. I don't know her actual name. It's like Lady Larva. I don't know. She is from space too.
Interesting.
What do you know about star spawn?
I know that star spawn come from dead planets, and they usually stay there unless summoned. Do the star spawn? I'm assuming by the Larva Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if I were to see an image? All I need is to cast a spell on you, and then you just think, and I'll be able to see it. Do you mind?
Well, if you're a procurer or professional,
you will
of
be
trading
paid.
information. Yeah, okay.
He looks to Trina. May I?
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
He casts Detect Thoughts on you, and unless you want to resist the spell, it takes hold, and he begins to ask you questions. Show me the Larva Queen.
Okay.
And then as you start thinking...
She opened a portal into space. I also like to refer to her as Crazy Beezy.
And where did you meet Lady Larva?
In a town that is slipping my mind.
Myth Hollow.
Myth Hollow, that's what it was.
What exactly transpired when you met her? Was she in the middle of opening the portal? Had she already opened the portal?
Well, we went into some tunnels to fight some cult people, and she opened it in front of us.
And what did she need in order to open this portal?
Blood. Lots of blood.
Anything else?
I think she used some energy from people.
What is
Yeah.
this stone that she's holding in your thoughts?
A meteorite.
Yeah, it was something from space too.
Ah, so she had an excellent.
It
And
was
this
a
was Myth
reddish
Hollow, you
stone.
said.
Mhm.
And what happened afterwards? After the portal was open? Did you fight her? Did she flee?
There was a lot of confusion. And we kind of tried to fight, but we mostly fled because a lot of those star spawn and everything came out, and then she threatened us, so.
Interesting. Do you mind if I take this memory? You'll still have it yourself, but I too will be able to look upon it in the future.
What do you want to trade me for it?
Well, after I get it, we can discuss the payment. I don't know exactly what it is you're looking for. Or what you would even want.
That is a good question. What do I want?
He
You
looks
could
over
what?
to Tolktir and says, "You still recollect everything that you had showed me, correct, Tolktir?"
I look back. Yeah. Why?
And I just want to reassure Trina that she's not going to lose anything.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Trina, may I have a strand of your memory?
I mean, what do you plan on doing with it?
Selling it?
Selling it to whom?
Whoever perhaps maybe wants to know more about Lady Larva. Whether they want to join her or stop her, preferably. Bringing star spawn from their place is not really something that you want to do on an organic planet such as this.
That I understand. So why would you sell it to someone that would join her?
It's always whoever the highest bidder is. If you want, that can be a part of your stipulations for this strand, is that I can't. I would take that as part of the payment.
I have two stipulations. That's one of them, and then the other one is you can't sell it to someone who would use it against me and my friends.
Very well.
As, let's say, evidence that we need to die because we can use magic.
Oh. So the Thurian Empire is that far spread, are they?
They are.
I've had my run in and, well, it wasn't very pretty, but I was able to make it out.
I'm surprised. They tend to travel in packs.
Well, it's really easy when you can do what I can. But that's a story for another time. For now, let me gather this strand.
You may have it.
Walks forward, he waves his hands in a way, touches your temple, and a silvery strand comes out, a little bit longer than what Tolktir had given, because there was more information. He puts it into a vial, he writes something on the vial, tucks it in his satchel, and then he goes back and sits down. Thank you, this is actually going to be worth quite something. Especially if I can find the right buyer who wants to stop this Lady Larva, and I'm sure there's a few of them.
I hope. I mean, it sounded like she had plans to open more portals.
Yes, that wouldn't be good for you. I've seen the
No.
star spawn as they flock a new developing world, and it's quicker than you would expect.
Hmm. It's a
But-
bit above my pay grade.
Yes. Speaking of pay grades, what is it that you desire from me? Do you wish to know secrets? Do you wish monetary payment? Or perhaps a favor? Or do you want information that I don't possess but can get?
Ooh.
And final thing, it does seem that Saxon's got you cornered. I could help diffuse the situation.
Ooh. Tough.
And when I say that, I have a knack for fiddling with memories. And I could make him forget that he's ever met you. Or anything lesser.
Don't know if
You
that's
can
gonna-
make him forget that he was romantically interested in me?
Perhaps, yes.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, Trina, that's actually extremely tempting.
I know. It is very tempting.
Don't know if that's
Okay,
the one.
what about this? I have a couple of other memories that you might find useful. Do you care to make a couple more trades?
Sure. As long as they are, in fact, useful. The only thing is I'm limited on how many times I can reach into your thoughts.
Okay.
And, well, I can do it once more before I'm tapped out for the day. And I prefer not to use it unless it's at the end of the day, if that makes sense. I'm sure you understand. Based on the bleeding of other memories, you work for the Morrigan?
I do.
And they, in return, bless you with their power?
Yes, some.
Perhaps maybe you've heard of those that I serve. They call them the twins. That's all I know them by, but they're quite powerful themselves. I don't believe they're demigod status or even god status, but they're working their way.
As in the twins that serve the Morrigan, Finn and Quinn?
No, I do not
other
know
twins.
of them. Correct.
Do I know of the twins? What do I roll? Religion?
You would never have heard of the twins.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't heard of the twins.
Not surprising. Not many people do. But you and I are cut from very distinct cloths, but they're still relatively similar, if that makes sense. Regardless, what's this other information that you may have? Speak of not the details, but give me a description.
Mad Mummy King.
Mad Mummy King. Interesting. What else?
He's been released.
Well, I meant what other memories?
Oh, other memories. Well, I have memories of what happened on Dinosaur Island and the creature that was let loose there.
I think I've heard of this ancient legend from Saxon.
Mm-hmm.
He told
It's
me that you
terrifying.
guys were going to be there and accidentally do something stupid. I'm assuming that was it.
I mean, they started off doing something stupid and then we tried to stop, and by then it was too late and someone else released it.
Not as interesting as the Mummy King. What else? Anyone else have any memories that they wish to sell? I'm all about a bargain.
Well, We do
I
know
have
that
quite amount of dealings with hags.
hags.
Oh. And
So
he
many
sort of
hags.
leans forward in his chair. Which ones specifically?
I think
Well,
we've ran
take
into
your
about
pick.
4 of them yet, right now. 4 or 5 of them.
We got the classic Rusty Maze, probably the most. We got. Oh gosh.
Yeah, do you want it chronological or do you want it alphabetical? Like,
We
Describe
got
them.
Elspeth. We got Madame Clementine. We got. And you said it today, and it's escaping my mind. The one that Saxon's in love with.
Oh, that's a
Lilith
witch.
Hart. Yeah, she's a witch.
Lilith Hart.
Lilith Hart, Saggy,
I thought they're
Shaggy
all the
Vanessa.
same.
I said Saggy
And
Vanessa.
what was her name? What was her name? She went by something else, but her name was Tasha. No. Yes.
That
Yes,
one
it was.
I'm interested in. That, and perhaps maybe you've heard or you have information about one they call the Great Green Grandmother.
We've heard about her through the grapevine.
Same. I've been actually looking for information on her, but I can't find anything.
I think Elspeth talked about her the most.
She did.
Do you happen to know how I can get into contact with Elsbeth?
You know,
Nope.
we made her really mad, and she stormed off.
She bitched
Oh.
out on us.
We didn't make her mad. She knew she didn't like.
Oh yeah.
Well, then she bitched out on us at a volcano that was exploding.
Saxon would have the best way of getting in contact with her because she likes ham.
Ah. Excellent. Well, I know it's not much, but for that information itself, he tosses you guys 10 platinum.
Oh.
What if? Do you have any information about Shaggy Vanessa?
Shaggy Vanessa, no. Rusty May, yes. What were the other ones? You said a Lilith Hart, Tasha,
Elsbeth.
Elsbeth, and Madame Clementine, was it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Is she the one that likes bouquets of green?
that's her.
Yes, she tried to steal my memories once. Didn't work. I was able to reverse her spell.
She's the one that released the Mad Mummy King.
Ah. Well, that
I'm
information
sorry, I'm getting all
would
these
be...
tags so messed up. Shaggy Vanessa's the main bad guy, right?
No, Rusty May is.
Who's Shaggy Vanessa?
She's the
She's
one
the
that
one
you
that we
guys
ran
met
into
at Myth
at the
Hollow.
Misty place. Yeah, the Myth Hollow.
Oh, she's the one we like killed, right?
Yeah.
Killed but not killed.
Right. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, Rusty May is who I'm
I think
interested
it was... You remember you stabbing Shaggy Vanessa through the heart, but then Shaggy Vanessa turned into Ricard.
in. Yeah.
Uh-huh. But we think that
No, that's not
I think that we
true.
got her on a
She turned
different
into the
plane, at least. She's
mermaid.
not on this plane anymore.
She turned into the mermaid.
What?
The person that was Shaggy Vanessa turned out to be in this tomb that turned out to be one of Kirsten's older characters.
No, it wasn't Cyrene. She was just kind of there. But she possessed like 2 people, and Ricard was one of them.
There was
Or
a
not
one shot we
possessed, but,
had
like-
with a different. Was there a one shot? Or no, it was a few characters ago when I was a shark and I bit the shit out of one of the hacks. So that was like different.
No,
campaign.
that was this campaign.
No, that was this one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was just
Yeah, it
that
was.
long ago.
No, I'm
That
pretty
was
sure
the-
it wasn't.
That
'Cause
was
we were
the
on a
Shaggy
boat.
Vanessa one.
We were on a boat and we went down and we almost got. There's a time delay. That was the last campaign.
Oh, with the Megalodon.
I bit that bitch.
Yeah,
And then she got
I
away.
remember that. Yup. Which
But
hag
anyways,
was
yes.
that?
That was Sister Hag. We're all sisters though, but forget.
I'll have to look in my notes. Anyway, Daleks, well, the information I guess that you would have about Madame Clementine, or no, about Rusty May could prove useful. No, not Rusty May. Who was it that he said?
Tasha.
Yeah, Tasha.
Tasha.
And if you know anything about Elsbeth and where to find her, or perhaps maybe even the location of where she lived, and I can find her from there.
No, that's easy.
Yeah, that is easy. So, for my first memory that I already gave you, can you help me with Saxon Carlile?
Sure.
And then the second one, I'll keep as an IOU, either for information or for information that you have or could potentially get me in the future.
Interesting. He strokes his chin. I'll accept it.
Wonderful.
We'll wait until the evening, though, unless you want
Agreed.
me to rid Saxon of his memories today.
Yeah, if you could get rid of his romantic interest in me today, that would be amazing.
Be great.
So, what's the price for that information about Rusty Mayhem?
Oh, I already know quite a bit about Rusty May.
Yeah, I know. I want to buy it.
Oh, well, what other secrets can you trade to me? Do you have the same memories about this Tasha and Lilith Hart and Madame Clementine?
Yeah, I thought I was offering those to you.
I would accept that as a fair trade. Those two will have to wait until tomorrow.
That's fine.
But go ahead and be thinking all that you can. I will do the same. You, Jimothy, you haven't been called Jimothy. Jim, you want information on Rusty May. Anything and everything that I've got will be yours. And Trina, I will help to alter Saxon's memories of you, at least the romantic versions of them.
Thank you.
Yes.
If you get caught doing that, how screwed are we?
Well, I wouldn't think that he would understand, or he would have the thoughts that I'm doing it on your behalf. I've delved into Saxon's mind before, so he trusts me on that. You see,
There's
he's got a
something different
gift.
with him, isn't there?
You can see the future.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's
Oh.
already shown you.
More like he's annoyed us with it.
Well, on occasion, I'll do a job for him, and I'll have him use his foresight so that I can gather other information that I normally wouldn't be able to obtain myself. At least not without getting my hands dirty.
So here's an interesting thing. I kind of forgot my wife, all the way. And it was, I think, Madame Clementine altered my memory. Is that something you're able to restore as a memory man?
I actually could. The only thing is that I am not in possession of the memory myself. So it could go one of two ways. Either A, it could go flawlessly and you retain your memory, or B, in the process of trying to force you to remember something that has been stolen, you could lose more. And honestly, those odds, I'd say they're 25% odds. I don't know what you would lose. But if it's a dear memory that you've lost already, more than likely it's going to be of the same value.
So there's a 25% chance I lose more?
Correct. And that one would be easier to restore. But if I do restore them, it makes it harder to recover your other ones. As well as more likely that we fail again. But at least giving it one shot doesn't hurt, because I can restore those lost memories.
I'll think about it.
You've got time. There seems to be a lot of shifting of secrets in this cottage I wasn't expecting. But it's definitely welcomed.
There's a lot of secrets to be shared.
I agree, which is why I do what I do. But what about the tall one, Lightbringer, I believe your name came across, and the short one, Babushka, and the silver dragon, Durgam?
He is.
Yes.
Shocked Pikachu face.
Toktir, you're the one that told me.
Huh?
You see, the memories, the tech thoughts, unfortunately, even though you tried to stay within a certain realm, your mind wanders even if you're not or conscious about it. Usually in pertaining about recent events, such as your silver dragon friend. Perhaps Durgam, perhaps maybe even somehow I could be of use to you. And Durgam, just looks and I have no memory of how I got here, except for that somehow they used magic to bring me, I think. That one would be tricky, but I don't think I'd be able to take you back.
I haven't been trying to keep that a secret from you. I can tell you.
Perhaps maybe not now. I do remember you all saying something about a card. It's a little fuzzy. All my memories are fuzzy. Interesting. Saxon told me his memories were fuzzy too.
Oh. Yes. Been hearing people going fuzzy a lot lately.
I haven't had any type of memory loss.
That's an odd one. Well, I mean, would it be surprising considering your specialty is memories?
I would say yes. If I forgot something, I would be very surprised.
Exactly. But
Trina! Oh, Trina, my dearest!
Oh, shit.
Oh, looks like it's party time. Trina, you should probably exit the room, pretend to be taking a bath or something like that. Something to bide our time.
Trina,
while
let's
I
go.
talk to Saxon.
And I hightail it out of there. But like as a bird, since I'm sober. Caw!
Okay. And you're able to go up the stairs. Lightbringer, as you get up there and probably like turn around to look over the foyer, Saxon comes in with golden roses. Where's Trina? There's something I need to tell her.
Oh, Saxon, are those for me? Oh, you shouldn't have.
No.
I knew we were meant for each other.
No. The only one I'm meant for is Trina. Where is she? I can't hold it in anymore. And then
But
Daleks
Saxon.
stands up and walks out. Saxon, good to see you. And Saxon looks over. Daleks? I had forgotten you were coming here. Well, that makes one of us. I wasn't aware that you had invited other company. So perhaps maybe we could go ahead and do our business in a more private forum. And then you can do this whole proposal thing with these weird flowers later. And Saxon looks around and he goes, yes, business first. I had made a promise to you. I will be forthright in keeping it. Good. That's why we'll continue working together, Saxon. And he looks around at you guys. You can't see any expression on his face because he doesn't have facial bones or anything like that. But he essentially makes pseudo eye contact with you guys. And Saxon, we can go into the cellar where we'll definitely be private. Lead the way. And Saxon leads the way. Daleks follows. The door closes. And you guys are left to your own devices.
I peek my head into the room, and if Trina's in the room, I'll whisper out to her. Looks like he's distracted at the moment, so you may be in the clear for right now.
I think I'm just gonna hide out here for now.
Alrighty.
Don't you mean...
Well, I turned back into myself once I got back into the room.
Oh.
Because now I was speedy enough that I'm hiding in my room.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out one of the books from my bag of holding and just read it.
Okay. Anything else from anybody?
Alright.
Just spend the time reading my book.
Hey, Trina, you should truly consider his hand in marriage. You should have seen the gold bouquet that he had available. He's trying to give you. It was absolutely f***ing beautiful.
Oh, Lightbringer. All of my romances seem to just die in flames and agony, so I'm over it.
Now,
Well,
Trina.
that actually reminds me. Lightbringer gets on one knee.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, I will punch you in the head.
now,
Just
Trina, you say that, and maybe it's not the worst thing.
Flames and
Yeah.
agony is not the worst thing.
No, that's the worst thing. But I'm just saying, if that were to happen to someone,
What?
never mind.
What?
No.
If you're upset about it, you can always. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just being a goofball.
Oh, go ahead and speak your mind, Jimothy.
No.
It's not like you for holding back your tongue.
You're not in love with me too, are you, Jim?
What? No.
Okay, thank God.
Gross. That's disgusting.
I know, agreed.
Man, imagine someone like that being in. No offense, Jim. A halfling being interested in a half elf. All right, that sounds very far fetched. Imagine a child. Oh my God. Would the child be short with pointy ears? Anyways, all jokes aside, hopefully that Daleks fella can get that whole thing situated.
Well, he has to, because that was our agreement. And if it's not handled, I will be very upset.
I mean, Lightbringer just he gets back up and he's like, all right, so if this whole thing gets situated, what will be next? Will we actually staying here for a little bit then? If so,
I
then I would
think
like to and not have to
If
worry
that gets
about-
resolved, then we should stay here for a couple days to rest.
to rest.
Saxon's not that bad, He's just kind of annoying sometimes.
Oh, I know. When I first met him, I almost wanted to decapitate him. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But he has
Felix
really
is right,
good
though.
whiskey.
His charm does tend to grow on you.
Oh, so you're considering?
Absolutely not. No. It's just usually instead of wanting to actually straight up murder him, recently all I want to do is punch him in the face. So
But
I
trainer,
think that's an upgrade.
it's Lord Saxon Carlile. How could you not resist him? Come
And
on.
anyways, he's like banged 2 hags or like witches, and I don't want to deal with that.
That's so fair.
Isn't he compelled to a hag? Isn't it like
I don't
not
think
very
so.
organic?
I think it was pretty organic.
Yeah. No man, imagine banging a hag.
No thanks.
Durgam speaks up. So, if things do go worse, perhaps maybe if Daleks does get caught trying to undo his feelings, what's our move?
Lee.
I can handle that, I'm sure.
Cool. I'm counting on you, Durgam, to save me.
You turn
And-
into a dragon and cold breath his ass.
It didn't really go quite so well last time we tried that.
Well, this time, we won't be in the cold, and the people that live in the cold are used to it. I
And
think it'll work
maybe
a lot better.
the Fair Plains needs
I think it would be
a code.
necessary.
Ooh, and we could get some time to get you to experiment with that sapphire.
Well, that was another thing I wanted to bring up. I've been communing with it, meditating with it, trying to untap its powers and what it could possibly do for me. I'm definitely attuned to it now. So I have a decent grasp on what it's capable of, and it's actually got me thinking. Perhaps maybe there's a way that we could make ourselves some type of I don't know what you would call it, a home base, using
actually
the
what I was-
sapphire and my cold breath.
An ice
Yeah.
fortress?
Ooh,
Yes,
Oh.
perhaps.
Some sort of fortress
Oh my
of
gosh.
solitude.
Durgam, that would be amazing.
Or
That would actually be the one time I'll be okay with a cold area.
well, here's something I don't think that many people know about silver dragons, but you don't typically actually find us in the cold, wintry areas. At least, that's not where our homes are. We actually make castles in the clouds.
No
And-
way.
A flying in the air ice fortress?
Oh my god, Durgam. She like runs up and hugs him. Like, oh, that'd be so cool.
And he blushes and he's like, and then he hugs you back and goes, well, the only stipulation, of course, with it is that whoever creates it, well, not necessarily whoever creates it, but once it's created, for it to maintain, I cannot be away from it for long. Otherwise, it would evaporate, and anything that you kept there would fall from the sky. I could take you
Interesting.
places. We could control it to go with the wind and take us elsewhere. So it is movable. It's just not,
Ooh.
fast.
So
So you could be like our guy in the chair. You could be behind the scenes. Do research for us at the fortress.
And he sheds a tear.
Uh,
That's exactly what I want to be, the guy in the chair.
And
Because I won't
and,
be down here where things are trying to kill me.
Lightbringer looks at an imaginary camera. Oh, he's gonna be our Batman.
No, he's gonna be our Alfred.
Oh,
Well, it's just a thought. So we don't have to, because I understand you
We're
guys are
in.
quite mobile.
Well, you know, considering I was trying to establish some sort of home base before I died.
You
I think
died?
this is a perfectly good. Well, yeah. When before we, before
Stop it!
before I woke
Trina, let's
up
go of
from my
Durgam.
nightmare. before I woke up from my nightmare. You
Hold
know.
on.
Stay onwards.
And Durgam sort of like he's clenches his eyes and grabs his head. I have a headache all of a sudden. You've died. He sits down. My head is pounding. Oh. Wait.
Hey, what more?
No, wait. You weren't lying. Toktia, you too. You both. What happened?
Don't worry about it.
What are
got a
these
freebie.
visions?
It's complicated, but we'd rather not talk about it here, considering where we are.
The company.
The company. Yes.
Yeah, it's all very well, I guess, but you definitely owe me explanation.
We do, Durgam, definitely.
I'll put my
But
hand
we'll
on
give
my
it to
shoulder.
you when, like, we're safe in our floating ice castle that you help us create. Your home, our home.
And I put my hand on his shoulder. And still proud of you, man.
Super proud of you.
We all almost died.
We did.
But did you die?
But you're okay now.
Yeah. And you fought.
We're all
It's
okay now.
all I ever wanted from you, honestly, is for you to fight.
And with that, before we close the session, the door to the cellar pops open, and there's a couple of noises that shift from the cellar, and then you see Dalix crawl out of the cellar, and as he puts a hand, help me, he gets dragged back down to the cellar and it closes. And that's where we're going to end our session.
I friggin' told you! Saxon Carlile is something that we don't fucking understand. My money's on the fact that he's a goddamn demon lord.
Well, that's
Like-
unfortunate.
It's working for once.
Jim didn't want to like stop this idea, but he knew this was gonna happen.
Wonder if I have
Brady, did you even roll for it?
roll for it. I didn't have to.
Oh. Why? Because he can see the future.
Exactly.
See the future.
The cards,
I need
the
to-
cards, the cards will tell the past,
I
the
need-
present, and the future as
Understand
well.
the future as well.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that in like a week. I should watch it.
No
should.
week.
Ingrid,
Look,
Brady, and I
Trina,
are not
I've heard
supposed to be
news.
really in love with that movie.
I ain't gonna lie. This is some shit.
Yeah, we're all fucked. Don't worry about it. Especially
Oh, yeah.
Trina.
Hey, we'll get that Fortress of Solitude, and we'll all be happy. We'll be okay. It'll be all right.
You're
Then I'm gonna get me a hoverboard.
dead.
I am. I'm married, you guys. I'm gonna be married to Saxon Carlile, who I have thoughts on what he is.
Hey, that's why I like when it's like, oh, I can propose to you. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd
well, I
rather be
didn't
the
want you to
target.
die.
I'd rather be the target.
I mean, Dalix is probably gonna die, so
Oh well, it's Brady's character. So.
I know. It's not like we really know him anyway.
I kind of wanted that information.
Rip glowing mummy.
Yo, I was
Should've
about
got
to.
paid
Wait,
for-
I didn't get a chance to ask. I wanted to ask him.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
hey,
Rip
man,
glowing space mummy.
I wanted to ask him. Hey, man, on your travels, what kind of weird stuff have you ran into?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows all the weird stuff he ran into? Man, that'd be crazy. Aliens? You say aliens? Whoa, it's crazy.
Hey, Lamau.
Animals.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
let
do we
me
get
end
to
my
kill
stream.
Saxon?
We'll see, I guess. Doubtful. I'll be right back though.
Okay.
All right. So, excellent. Dalix came out. He got some stuff that he needed. But now he's in trouble because of who Saxon is or what he is. And the party, they've got their wild imaginations going. I love when they do that. Because now maybe we make Saxon a demon lord, yo. Like, what? Holla, demon lords. Demon lords are great. But regardless, what happens to Dalix, he'll be fine. Because, I mean, his patron's the twins. It's a homebrew patron, but the ability you get from that, he's fine. He always has a way out. So I'm not worried about having to justify that to the party. But yeah, the way that Saxon is, or what he is rather, it makes it very difficult to use that type of magic against him. So, but we'll find more out about that later as we go down the road. Now I got to start thinking about what exactly happens from this point. More than likely, Saxon's going to think that Dalix was working on his own. And then Saxon will give Trina a couple days because now he has to think. Not about the proposal, but just about the people that he keeps around, and we'll go from there. But until then, we will see you next time. Peace.